There we go. Good game. But yeah, how is everyone else doing? And what are our plans for the weekend? Because we can be here. I love this director's cut. For some reason it just tickles me every time. Okay. Oh yeah. Our name is Chris P. Bacon. We built this character during the first charity stream. That's what I was going to say. We built our character during the first charity stream. That was confusing. Also, where I started the fundraiser for the Trevor Project. And the second dedicated charity stream for the Trevor Project, second big one, is going to be on July 3rd, where yours truly, me, is going to be the Dungeon Master for a one-shot of Dungeons and Dragons, which is going to be midsummer themed and take place in my homebrew version of the Feywilds from the Dungeons and Dragons setting. I will be joined by some fantastic players. It's going to be Bloody Zeros, and from the Dreaded GM's channel we have Josh, Ellie, Achille and James, so it's going to be amazing. Please stop by at 10 AM Central European time to catch that game. That out of the way, time to see what Craig wants. I said, there you go. What? Hey dude, I've got the runs. Oh, I've just got... That's not his voice. Hold on. Oh, I've got just the thing. I'll head to the store and grab you a real chunky milkshake, cherry liquors and a book of word jumbles that I find helpful in strenuous times such as these. What? Sorry, I'm 5 in my head. Wouldn't that make it worse? Oh, it's not for the diarrhea. Milkshakes are just comforting. Wait. Why are we talking about this? By I've got the runs, I meant that I felt like running. Yeah, that's not what I got the runs means, Craig. I think you dropped a keg or so, 12 on your head or something. I don't know. Wanna come with me to the gym? Why do I feel less excited about that than getting you home remedies for diarrhea? I agree. Come on, man, it'll be fun. You know what? Sure. When are we doing this? There's 30 more minutes left in this meat hell marathon. I'm outside right now. I'm warming up. Okay. At least let me see if Betty gets away from the wolves in time to get her soppressata wrapped cheesecake out of the oven. Okay, that's a game show I would actually watch. I don't like game shows like that. Then again, I don't own a TV, so... Let's go running! How did you do this? Oh, what's this? The gym just installed these virtual jogging treadmills. We'll feel like we're running outdoors. You can see other runners on your screen too. Let's try it out together. Other runners? Will I be able to keep up? Don't worry, we're here to cheer each other on. I'll be right there with you. Just get a rhythm going, keep your heart rate up, but don't overexert yourself. You'll do great. Ah, that was hard. Ah, my hand. Okay, that was that was hard. Okay, so we've been on a date with Robert, Joseph, and Craig. I say date, but you know. So we have 4 more. Should I just keep going from left to right, or should we roll for it? Because what I'm thinking is that since all of them seem to be like make friends at this point, I think we should at least go on the first one with everyone. But it's entirely up to you which way we go. So if you want to just take them in order, or do you want to roll for it? Well, that if no one has any objections, I'm gonna click on Matt next one for the next one. So let's do that. Avid music enthusiast, passionate coffee drinker. Ooh, that sounds nice. You can find me most days selling selling bean juice over at the Coffee Spoon or hanging out at the park with my amazing daughter. Hit me up about 80s no wave music. No wave music? Isn't that just silence? On a Friday night, you are most likely to perfect my cold brew setup. 1 drip at a time, baby. I mean, yeah. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? Hi, Hester! Oh no, that's fine. Work comes first. Ooh, hello. Nice! The sub badges are showing. That is slightly weird though. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Fine, choose to pass the days away. It seems kind of... yeah. What are your turn-ons? Multi-instrumentalism. People who learn instruments are pretty cool. Especially if you know more than one. What did you want to be when you grew up? A barista, weirdly enough. What's your favorite movie genre? Shit with subtitles. I don't understand dubbing. If you're gonna watch a movie from a foreign country, use the subtitles. You know, most people know. At least most people in the Western world know how to read. What's your ideal date? We go to the animal shelter and seriously consider adopting a cat. Yep, I love cats. Speaking of cats, I don't know where mine is. But, you know. What do you never leave home without? My headphones, both in-ear and over-ear, just in case. Why though? You only need 1 pair. I mean, in case something breaks, I guess. I spend a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? Why would it be a bad idea though? Dad tip, always try to make others around you happy. Yes. I navigate to Matt's dad book page and type out a message. Hey man. Yeah, I can't keep up with that. Hey man, great getting to see you at the barbecue. We should definitely hang soon. You free later? Hey dude, I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Soundgarden. Wanna come out? Ooh, Soundgarden's a good band. I think for a moment. What's a Soundgarden? It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches. Hey, Soundgarden is a good band. Oh man, I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. Pop is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop punk rock band out of Canada. Should be a fun one. My English is worse than usual today. I didn't know you were allowed to string that many words together to describe a band. Whatever, let's get out of our comfort zone. Indie pop punk rock band. That's not that many words. Hi Lacey, how are you? Thank you for popping in. I hope you're doing fine and that your week was awesome. We're about to go to a concert. Oh, I miss going to concerts. Kind of. I miss the music of going to concerts. I don't miss being stuck in a crowd. I know, right? Coda's big day out. Oh yeah. Tomorrow, Dreaded GM is going to be hosting a 12-hour stream to benefit the World Wildlife Foundation. And it's going to be awesome. A baby owl bear is going on adventures and I'm so hyped. And then M is going to be drawing a bunch of stuff and she is brilliant and it's going to be so cool. And I'm probably going to be so hungover for it. I am jealous. Like, seriously jealous. I want a Coda shirt too. Hello, birdie. I log off that book and think for a second. Wait, when was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally backtrack decades through memories of denim jean jackets and moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. Ooh. I want a Coda shirt. Oh, I could wear... I'm gonna wear that if it's warm. I have the Heart of Dread tank top. If it's warm on the 3rd, I'm going to be wearing that. Or if it's not, I'm just going to wear the GM is always right shirt that my partner got me. Hi Bloody! How are you? Oh god, I had a mullet back then. Oh god, I thought it was cool. Oh god, other people thought it was cool. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock I used to listen to, and mentally envision all of the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. Man, how did anyone survive the 80s? Well, I was born in 85, so I was 5 when the 80s ended. Unless you're an anime character, mullets are never cool. Yeah, I think, if I remember right, I think Terrace, Fancy and I are among the old... yeah, I think Terrace, Fancy and I are like the oldest people of the mods. I think we're the oldest of the mods. Yeah, I think Terrace is the oldest, then Fancy, then me, then you. I don't know how old Bloody is though. Okay, so I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do you even do at concerts now? Drink and hope to get out of there alive. Bloodies, baby. Yeah, Seth is baby. Josh is 32, I think. And all the players are in their 20s. I think most of the players are in their 20s. Which is making me feel a bit old, actually. Well, all the players from the Dreaded GM channel, at least, are in their 20s. Oh, hello, Jeraxel. I haven't seen you in here before. Well, come on in. Okay, that's that's a coincidence. No, the Josh I'm talking about is the Dreaded GM, who's going to be one of the players when I run the when I do the Dungeons and Dragons one shot on the on July 3rd. Yeah, I think like isn't. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. It was like okay, so. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy to have you that you came around, Jeraxel. I hope you have fun here. We're getting a bit distracted. There was something I was going to say, but yeah, on July 3rd, I'm going to be running a Dungeons and Dragons one shot, and the Josh we're talking about is the dreaded GM. He and Ellie, James, and Achille from his channel, and Bloody is going to be joining me. But yeah, welcome on in, Jeraxel. I hope you have fun here. Okay, let's get some actual content going. I spend most of the day pacing around the house and thinking about my relationship with coolness. I mean, I always thought I was cool, at least relative to a bunch of other dads my age. When was the last concert I went to? I think it was Iron Maiden in Gothenburg, where Sabaton was opening for them. Yeah, I think that was the last concert I went to. The one before that was Despair's Ray in Stockholm. And the one before that was Deer and Grey in Berlin, I think. Unless you count the festivals I worked at. So, let's get going. It's still like, what? Oh, it's 10 years since I've been to the last concert. Dad, what are you doing? I look over and see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school. Anyway, what's up? Amanda, how do I be cool? Let me put on a pot of coffee first. This is gonna be a long night. No, seriously. No, seriously. Matt invited me to a concert, and I don't think I've been to one since you were born. Yeah, you have. You took me to one once when I was 12, remember? Oh, please no. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of a sea of screaming preteens. Oh God, I tried so hard to forget. Oh, yeah. The one where I had to camp out with you in line so that you could get a good spot and then you cried and screamed the whole time? No, my first concert experience was Backstreet Boys. And I was in 8th grade. That's the point where I realized that boy bands should be listened to via radio, not in a screaming sea of preteens. Dad, it was so much more than that, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Thank you, Lazy. And thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a great rest of your, well, whatever little's left of your day. And I'll see you in the Coda stream tomorrow. Because I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm anticipating that Whoa! Thank you, thank you, Bloody. And yay, you got your founder's badge back, Lazy. Oh yeah, we got some new emotes. If you haven't seen them already, Jess made them. So we have these three, and then we have these three. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't show unless you're actually subscribed. But yeah, thank you so much for that gift sub, Bloody. Oh, you're not ashamed? You seemed pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your trapper keeper. Yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. Thank you for the shout out. Ooh, you're playing Dragon's Dogma? Oh, that's a good game. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big... What, dude? Thank you for the gift sub, Lazy. Too bad Mona isn't here. That still makes me jump though. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot and you'll fit right in. Well, it's a smaller place and I think Matt mentioned they're a punk band? Like DIY gutter punk? Trash? Straight edge? Come on, Dad, give me something to work with here. Are they post-punk, proto-punk, C-punk, Jeremy punk? Well, what's Jeremy punk? I agree, what's the Jeremy punk? I made that up. I made that one up to see if I could get away with it. They're not positive hardcore, are they? He said that they were Canadian punk? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, I know, like, I'm a metalhead and I can't keep those subgenres straight. Like, there is good music, there's amazing music, there's great music, then there's whatever they play on the radio that I don't listen to that often, and then you have whatever noise some people listen to that I don't understand. I don't know. Only Canadian band that I actually know are Canadian that are really, really good is Unleash the Archers. And they're not a punk band, they're a metal band. Does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? A little bit, yeah. I don't see friendship and politeness as core tenets for the punk scene. Well, punk is kind of a big genre that might not be as dangerous as you think it is. Oh yeah, metal. Metal! As long as I can actually understand the lyrics, I like most metal music. Well, and by understand I mean the words. I listen to some J-rock and I don't speak Japanese, but I can always find the lyrics. It became so much more than just counterculture rebellion. What I'm trying to say is just enjoying the music. That goes for every music. For all music. That's English. That's it? I mean, yeah, it's not like you're gonna jump into the mosh pit or anything. Well, that's comforting. And if a strange dude in a Set Your Goals hoodie offers you to buy merch, don't accept it and definitely don't go on 3 awful dates with him afterwards. Well, afterward, where he takes you to a nice restaurant and then forgets his wallet literally 3 times in a row. That's a given, though. I don't understand why you shouldn't be paying, at least on the first one. Like splitting it. What? Never mind, just have a blast tonight. I don't think I've ever heard Lamb of God. I'm gonna have to listen to that. And I mean, there are some bands that are really, really good and I don't understand what they're saying, but mostly that's because I don't speak the language they're singing in. One that is really cutting it close with me finding it enjoyable is Ginger. But if you listen to it a few times over, you actually start to understand what she's singing. I show up to the Coffee Spoon at 8 in what I hope is concert-appropriate attire. I see Matt out front, locking the door to the shop. Hey, you made it! Ready for tonight? Let's go with this one, I think. Any situation, any outcome, I can handle it. I sleep with one eye open. I am prepared to kill. Are you? Ah! Okay, I didn't like that. Man, I gotta admit, I haven't been to a real concert since pet rocks were cool. I have no idea what I'm in for. I never had a pet rock. Did your daughter make you take her to one of those boy band concerts where everyone holds signs and scream cries? Yeah. I got 2 lined up next month. I still can't get the glitter out of my car from the last one. Stay strong. But dude, I get to take you to your first concert in a long time. This is gonna be awesome. Just hang with me, Crispy, and you'll be good. This scene is super supportive. It'll be a blast. I mean, I guess that's I'm going to assume that depends on where and how you care for said pet, because there are certain ways you shouldn't be treating other people, even if they're bullies, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Quick question. Shoot. What is seen? I'm not gonna go into that one. Matt lets out a tiny laugh. Sorry. It's just weird because scene can describe a music scene as it pertains to a community of people who like the same genre, but can also describe a genre of music no one wants to admit they're into. And it can also describe other things. Matt looks off into middle distance. He says nothing, but I can tell he's thinking never again. That's confusing. You'll get it. The important thing tonight is that you enjoy yourself. Come on, let's head to the show. After waiting in a short line to get in, we finally find ourselves in a small venue with a stage at one end and a bar at the other. Most people here are closer to Amanda's age than mine. I suddenly feel very out of place. My waning youth is showing. I am suddenly aware of my mortality. When were the good years of my life? Will Amanda still love me as we both grow older? Wait, is sea-punk actually a genre? I see sea-punk as like mermaid kids being brats. Matt, you made it! A younger kid runs up and high-fives Matt. The kid runs off and Matt turns to me, shuddering. I get nervous when people surprise high-five me. Yeah. Good night, dear Axel, and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a good time so far. Me too. I'm like a small animal. Loud noises and large groups of people frighten me. Thank you. Do you also enjoy curling up in a patch of sunlight to take a nap? Ooh. Like magic punk but underwater? Ah. I need to write that down. That sounds like a brilliant idea. That could be so cool, like, you use, now I only know the Dungeons & Dragons setting, but say you may have sea elves and mermaids living in like a magic punk kind of city at the bottom of a really deep trench. That could be so cool. That's my favorite thing to do. A couple other people notice that Matt's in the crowd and yell hey as well. That was a bit difficult to say. Matt waves and hugs a couple people. He seems really in his element here. Matt turns his attention back to me. I'm so afraid of all these people. Yeah, I get that. Oh, let's go grab a beer. Matt and I line up at the bar in the back, where a couple of the older concert goers hang out. A couple more people notice Matt and tip the drinks at him. Seems like you're a popular guy out here. Oh yeah, I go to a lot of shows. This is a really cool spot. But it's times like these when I realize I can only be charming and funny for about 5 minutes before I run out of stuff to talk about. Oh, if I only had 5 minutes. And then I become keenly aware of where my hands are. Oh yeah. And that there's no comfortable place in your mouth for your tongue to rest. Oh, I get that. God damn it, where do I put my tongue? See? Well, I've known you for more than 5 minutes, and I still think you're charming and funny. Just you wait. We grab our drinks. This scene seems really friendly. I don't know why people wouldn't want to admit that they listen to it. Let's check out the merch. Matt and I walk over to a small booth in a corner of the room, where a crusty-looking teenager guards a selection of t-shirts and records. He singles me out from across the room and hops up on his chair. Step on up, get your merch here. I got t-shirts, I got tank tops, I got all the gifts and the accoutrements a discerning concert goer of this considerable taste might want. You! I'm not gonna try to shout. I gesture to myself, my face flushing red. Yes, you look like a fella who knows their music. How's about a fine 12-inch long-playing vinyl record made and distributed by Pop Canada's premier punk rock outfit? Okay, which one should we pick here? Anyone have any suggestions, or should we roll for it? Okay, number 2, tally-ho, good sir. Well, see here, fine shopkeep, your enthusiastic salesmanship has aroused my interest and suspicion in equal parts. How can I, a consumer of the finer goods in life, trust your wares to be true of spirit? I know. A fine question from a discerning patron. Okay, Matt liked that. Okay, Pablo, you can give it a rest. The teen hops off his chair and takes a seat. Your friend looked lost, so I figured I'd give them the old razzle dazzle. How the hell are you, Matt? Okay, I'm trying to tweak the only male sounding voice I know, but you know. Day by day, my man. They do that thing where they high five but also turn it into a hug. Your mom doing better? She's still single. If you want to be my dad, I can make that connect. And have to deal with you every single day? Fair enough. Who's your bud? That's Chris P. Thought I'd bring out a concert pal. Pablo leans close to Matt. Is Chris P cool? Matt eyes me. I eye him back. He cracks a smile. Yeah. Pablo brings me in for a bro hug. My dude! I'm not sure what to say, but give the courtesy 2 pats on the back, as is customary in our society for people you don't know super well, but still want to be friendly to. Yeah. Pablo's a total card. Kid plays the hell out of a bass. Yeah. Fish. Gling, ling, ling, fish. Trying that again. Pablo's a total card. Kid plays the hell out of a bass. Yeah, man. When are we starting our witch house band? You know I'm out of the game. It's a shame. You know Vacant Veil would have slayed. It'll slay once you start actually making music instead of printing a bunch of band t-shirts. We got the sickest logo. While Matt and Pablo talk, I check out the merch. These shirts are really nice.
Hey.
Looks like the opener's coming on. Let's get a spot up close. Yeah. No, wait. Last concert we went to was Bob Log. If you count that as a concert. I mean, I'd say that was a concert. There was even a... It was even a... what's that called? Plastic boat. Yeah, Bob Log the Third. That was the last concert we went to. There was a inflatable boat. There was an inflatable ducky. The ducky was filled with champagne. So yeah, it was a proper concert.
Hey.
Matt and I walk over to the stage where a crowd begins to form. The band walks on stage and pick up a variety of strange instruments. Is that a harpsichord? The lead singer addresses the crowd. He has a mandolin slung behind his back. Hey, what's up everybody? We're Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. My name's Daniel. Let's start the show. Yep. There was an inflatable rubber duck that was filled with champagne and passed around the crowd. It was a proper concert. Oh no, these guys. What? Without time to respond, the band starts playing the most cacophonous noise I've ever heard. Oh, that reminds me of Ministry. What is this? Matt doesn't say anything. He just hands me earplugs. Thanks! I put the earplugs in and whatever the hell is assaulting my ears gets a lot quieter. For a band this bad, they sure do seem to be having fun. I guess that's what really matters. Yep, totally reminds me of Ministry. Jesus, that hurt. Jesus, did that cellist just break his bow in half? I don't get this. That's expensive though. The set seems to go on forever. There's no breaks in the songs, and I think one of the band members' job is specifically just to burn poetry on stage. I turn to Matt and try to start a conversation. So, my mouth doesn't want to cooperate today. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? Should we ask again or should we just drop it? I mean, I would drop it, but that's up to you guys. Yeah, whatever that background noise is also reminds me of band. So, odds, evens. Or flip a coin. Or I can just keep doing this and then randomly click. Okay, so we're gonna drop it. He can't hear me, so I just stop and try to enjoy the music. I love how the screen is just shaking. Okay, no, this is impossible. How long have they been playing the same song? 10 minutes? 20? A year? Eventually, the set ends, but only after the drummer sprains his ankle during his saxophone solo. They promised it was part of the act as he was carried off stage crying. Thumpa thumpa thumpa. Yeah, exactly. Matt and I both pull our earplugs out. Why would you do that?
Oh.
Man, that was something. I promise Pop is much better. I just have a lot of questions that I know I'll never get the answer to.
Hey.
Oh yeah, he sprains his ankle at every show. They were being real about that. Why would you do that? Let's grab another beer. Yeah, it seems like you're gonna need that. But seriously, why would you sprain your ankle that often? Come on. Matt and I work our way out of the crowd and back to the bar. More and more people file into the concert space as it gets closer to the main act. It's getting kinda crowded in here. We grab our beers and I try to follow Matt back to our spot, but there are so many people that I'm having a hard time keeping up. As I work my way through the throngs of excited concert goers, I realize I've lost Matt entirely. I stop and look around, seeing nothing but a sea of hip 20-somethings. I'm lost. How am I ever going to find Matt here? Where's the exit? Are there even exits? What if I'm trapped in this building forever? Am I going to see my daughter ever again? What if that terrible band gets back on stage? What if... Suddenly a hand reaches out to grab me. It's Matt. Almost lost you, buddy. Phew, I thought I got really nervous for a second there. Yeah, exactly. Like, it would be a ball, not an ankle.
Hey.
You and me both, dude. He takes my hand and leads me back towards the stage. I can feel myself blushing a little. We finally settle back into our spot and wait for the band to start. Busy place, huh?
Hey.
Yeah, pop really brings out a crowd. So you go to concerts a lot?
Hey.
Oh yeah, this one, it's one of my absolute favorite things in the world. I think it's one thing to listen to music and connect with it. But when you're in a room full of people connecting with the music just the same way that you are, that's magic. I suddenly have the urge to pee. Curse this tiny dad bladder. I've never heard it put that way. That's really beautiful. I also have to pee.
Hey.
Hurry up, man, they're about to go on. I squeezed my way out of the crowd toward the restroom. I really should have gone before I left the house, but Amanda was watching beauty videos in the bathroom. She had an eyeliner wing going halfway across her face, which was actually a pretty good look. I'm so proud of her. I make it to the restroom finally, but it's one of those single-person restrooms with a line forming outside of it. As soon as I finish my business, the band starts. Crap. The people that were initially milling around the venue all crowd up against the stage as Pop plays their first song. How am I ever gonna find Matt now? Oh, no. Everyone rushing to this main stage to watch Pop play. I'm sure Matt will be up there too. I gotta get there without being trampled by all these rowdy youths. Ow. Okay, this is not going well.
This is the part of the game where you should have been hearing a licensed tune. We worked really hard to lock it down for you. We even got permission to whitelist the song for YouTube and Twitch. But their systems are seriously broken now.
Okay, I like this song.
So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP.
Okay, come on, they got it licensed? And Twitch still
Band's called Pup and their song called DVP.
decided to content ID it?
The song is
Wow.
on the video is tight, yes, take it from me. It's like footage of NES and SNES games with the lyrics added into them. It's really cool, but it's kind of hard to explain right now, but you'll get it. I promise.
Ah, dang
Really
it.
go check it out. It's a really good video. So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID?
Yeah, especially since you got it licensed by the band and Twitch is still twitchy about it.
Band's called Pup and their song DVP. DVP. But
Nice!
content ID demands a serious convo. What is this?
I'm finally able to work my way through the crowd to where Matt originally was, but he's nowhere to be found. Shoot. Well, I guess I should keep look. I'm bumped into from behind, and I found myself in the middle of a bunch of youths running around in a circle to the music. I'm in the pit.
What a mess.
How do I get out of the pit? Out of nowhere, a youth shoulders himself into me and keeps moving in a circle. Hey! I guess I'm moving in a circle now. I frantically search for a way out, but all I can see is an ocean of youths rhythmically slamming into each other. Another youth slams into me and I lose my balance. I'm about to topple over. This is it. This is how I die. Trample under the boots of counterculture. Someone grabs my hand. Someone familiar. I look up and see Matt. He pulls me back up onto my feet. You're wild, dude. Matt throws his arm around me and we jump back into the circle, bashing into youths left and right as Pup plays a killer solo. I didn't know you messed with the pit. Me neither. I can't believe this. I'm having fun. I'm a little mad that I didn't stretch before physical activity, but I'm having fun. The song ends and the pit finally dissipates. Everybody cheers on Pup. Maybe I only got enough pit energy for one song. Alright man, let's retreat. We'll show these kids how it's done another day. We work our way back to a more comfortable spot in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the show from a safe distance. Pup put on an amazing set and basically had to beg themselves off stage after the encore. With the concert over, the crowd starts making their way to the exit. Hey, I'll meet you outside. Gotta say bye to a couple people. But yeah, even though the game creators got license from the band to allow people to stream this game with that music, apparently Twitch and YouTube still have issues with it. That is just... yeah. If you're licensed from the band that created the music, you should be allowed to play the music. I hang outside of the venue until Matt finally shows up. Hey man, thanks for waiting. I got you a present. Matt hands me the t-shirt I was looking at earlier. Whoa, thanks man.
Hey.
Saw you eyeballing it back at the merch booth.
Oh.
And I mean, anyone who tears it up that hard on their first time back to a concert deserves a reward. I'm gonna say this one, because if I give it to her, Matt is probably not gonna enjoy that because it was a gift to us. This one is just cringe. Well, 1 or 3. Oh yeah, and if Twitch clocks you for playing in-game music, even if you're licensed, you can't appeal it. That's the thing. Even if you have permission, you cannot appeal it. I will continually wear it until it's tattered and a little smelly so that I can truly embody punk fashion. Hey Matt! Hey, it's Pup! Hey dude, didn't realize you were here.
Hey.
I'm so glad I could make it. You guys put on a great show. Thanks.
Hey.
Well, I'll see you around. Wait, you know Pup?
Hey.
Oh yeah, met him a couple of times when they first started touring. Good kids. Whoa.
Oh.
Come on, let's grab some diner food. I suddenly realized just how hungry I am. Man, mosh pits take a lot out of you. They really do. Even though I haven't been in one for 15 years now. Ooh, I'm old. Yeah, it's been 15 years. Yeah, I'm old. Okay. Matt and I walk into a tiny little diner with a cute neon sign. We tear into some bacon and eggs in a corner booth.
Hey.
So there I am in the pit trying to explain to the face tattoo guy that I didn't mean to elbow him in the face tattoo, but he's already seeing red. Not from the tattoo, which coincidentally was red. Where you gotta? He's lumbering toward me and there's nowhere to go. No, not gotta. That gotta is tiny, dude.
Oh.
It's the end for me, right? Then out of nowhere I get this idea. I just lean back and spread my arms, and just like that I'm crowd surfing away from him in slow motion. You should have seen the look on his face. Bought him a beer afterward and we were cool. We still follow each other on social media. He has beautiful kids. Glad you guys worked it out.
Oh.
Yeah, man, just goes to show that Punk's not dead. It just drives a minivan and has to hire a babysitter. So, how did you get to see all of these amazing concerts?
Hey.
Oh, I used to tour in a band. We were small, but it got us to travel all around the States. Whoa. Yeah, I mean we were poor and we had to scrape a lot together just to survive, but I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything.
Hey.
But yeah, that's how I knew a bunch of those people at the show. Music like this builds an amazing community, especially in a town like this. Just a lot of positive energy and good vibes. I got that feeling. Plenty of friendly people, especially that Pablo kid.
Hey.
Oh man, everybody loves Pablo. His mom's been raising him on her own, and you can tell that it's been tough on both of them. I know he looks up to me, so I try to help him out whenever I can. That's really nice of you.
Oh.
Thanks. Us single parents must really have to look out for each other. How's Carmencita? She says she wants to learn the drums. Oof. Oh boy, yeah, I agree. Drums, yikes. It'll be loud and I'll need to take a lot of aspirin, but I'll manage. Can't really blame her. I'm suddenly very grateful that all of my daughter's hobbies are super quiet. Photography, collaging, whatever it is that she does on the internet. Thanks, Amanda. I'm trying to be supportive of Carmencita's rebellious phase, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it, doesn't it? I think it would be a good daddy-daughter activity to find something to rebel against together.
Oh.
Like what? Okay, 1, 2, or 3. Feels like all 3 are good choices here. I personally would pick fashion, but that's because I find the whole industry a bit off-putting. Let's put it like that. Okay, let's go with consumerism then. Why do we gotta get up early the day after Thanksgiving and line up to buy things? Why can't we, like, share things? Comrade, you're speaking of dangerous things here. He and I laugh. We keep digging into our big plates of greasy diner food. The breakfast I ordered for dinner is absolutely hitting the spot.
Hey.
Man,
Hey.
being a single dad is rough sometimes. It's a lonely feeling. I understand that all too well. I mean, at least we have the rest of the dads to talk to.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I get really nervous sometimes talking to people. Oh, I get that. Oh, people can be the worst. Matt gets nervous talking to people, but he's so cool. Me too. I've never really considered myself an extrovert, and I never really considered myself an introvert. I'm just uncomfortable in every situation always. Yep.
Hey.
You're fine. You're actually really easy to talk to, you know that? I smile. Matt and I spend the rest of the night trading daughter stories. Turns out our kids are a lot alike. We finish up our late night dinners and head out. We walk back to the cul-de-sac, back to our respective houses. Tonight was a blast, man. I loved it, although I'm probably gonna feel it in my knees in the morning. Ha, you and me both. I don't usually like going to these things alone. It was really cool to have you there with me. I'm glad.
Oh.
Alright, I'm calling it quits for the night. Stay cool, man. He called me cool. Matt called me cool! I walk into the house with my heart in my throat. Amanda pops her head out from her room. Hey Pops, how was the show? Matt thinks I'm cool. You don't say. Manda, Penna, Matt thinks I'm cool. Blind leading the blind, huh? Wow, I just got dunked by my own child. Unbelievable. Hey Amanda, remind me which one of us tore it up on the pit at a punk show and which one of us just spent 4 hours probably watching Tiny House Hunting Amish Triplets Extreme Edition. That was a show name to say. First of all, how dare you? That show is a classic. Second of all, you moshed in the pit? Who even are you? I am your extremely cool dad. Alright, I'm hitting the hay, Pops. I'll see you in the pit. Night, kiddo. Let's see how we did. Oh, okay. That was okay.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, hello. What's this? Hi, this is Steven from Dad Maison. I'm out front with your delivery. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll be right down. Wait, no, sorry, I need to put on pants first. I can't find my pants, but I'm wrapped from waist down in a duvet. Are you cool with that? I can come back tomorrow. No, wait, I'll be right down. I found some sensible capris. Put on pants. Why did you need to tell the delivery person that? Oh, I got a package. I wonder what it is. Oh, I bet it's that package of socks I ordered. I open up the box and start pulling the packaging peanuts out. Man, these socks reek. Okay, that's definitely not socks. It's, butterflies? Oh boy, I almost don't even want to know what Amanda was planning on doing with these. Hey Amanda, your box of dead butterflies is here. What's up? Are you sacrificing them? What? You ordered butterflies?
Yeah.
You can order dead butterflies online? Wait, so these aren't yours?
Yeah.
No, but I'm definitely ordering some right now. Okay, I love you. I take a look at the box again. Oh, this is addressed to Damien's house. Why would they contact us then, if it's addressed to Damien? Oh. Okay, we are going to bring it over to Damien. I should take it over to him. Cause there's no way we're giving it to Amanda. Those gargoyles are so cute! Look at the little snoot! Boop! Boop! I missed what it said. Sorry. Mr. Bacon, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whoa, how did you know I was about to knock? I don't know. I do not know. Oh, okay. Anyways, I think this got delivered to my house by mistake. I hand in the box and his face lights up. What a wonderful surprise. I was just about to send a strongly worded letter to the courier service about this. Many thanks. Not to pry, but what are you gonna do with those butterflies? Would you like to see? Alarm bells ring in my head. This is how you die, Crispy Bacon. Sure. Damien leads me into his study, where he's set up some sort of workstation. Above his desk is a wall of pinned butterflies, moths, and beetles. Oh wow, that's really something, Damien. I am quite proud of my little collection. You do all of this yourself? Of course, I find it rather relaxing. How do you... It's simple. Here, let me show you. These aren't ready quite yet. They'll need to be rehydrated overnight, so they're easier to work with. I have some over here that are ready to pin. Damien takes a seat at his desk while I hover behind him. He picks up a little triangular paper package and snips off the edges. He pulls out an all-black butterfly and shows it to me. I'm rather excited about this one. It's a turquoise swallowtail. He gently opens the wings, spreading the butterfly out on the table. The back of the wings are a gorgeous iridescent green color. Oh, and the pigment on this one is so nice too. Anyways, pinning a butterfly is actually very simple. It just requires a delicate touch. Yeah. First, I put a pin through the thorax. Damien slides a pin through the middle of the butterfly and places the butterfly on a piece of styrofoam. He carefully arranges the antennae with forceps and begins placing paper and more pins on and around it. He does this so effortlessly, and it's almost hypnotic. I have a frame here that I think this one will look quite pretty in, but I'll need to let it sit for a couple of days till it's ready. And then what? I remove all of the pins and put it on display with the others. I take a closer look at Damien's collection. One with bright blue wings keeps drawing my eye. This one's so pretty. Damien takes it off the wall. Ah yes, that's a blue morpho, one of my favorites too. He hands the small frame to me. Here, I think this would look lovely in your home. Oh, I couldn't take this. I insist. Believe me, I have more than enough. Thank you. Yeah. I never understood that myself, but I guess to each their own. If you ever have an interest in pinning some insects yourself, you know where to find me. I think I'll leave that up to you. I feel like I'd probably break them in half with my butterfingers. Nonsense. You have beautiful steady hands. You will make a fine taxidermist. That did me. Am I blushing? Damien walks me to the door and gives me a warm smile as I leave. Do take care of yourself, Crispy. Thanks for allowing me to share my odd little hobby with you. Yeah, emphasis on odd.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so we have 3 left. Do we want to go with Brian, Damien, or Hugo? Or should we finish the top row and then continue on the bottom one? Should we roll for it? Or do you want me to just choose one? I guess since we already talked to Damien, we could go with Damien as well. Yeah, we could do that. Let's go with Damien then. How do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you are most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. Well, of course. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. You're a man of simple tastes, Damien. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat. Who didn't? Seriously. What is your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror. What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. That's not very Victorian of you. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. You are so edgy, Damien. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. Okie dokie then. I think you're trying too hard, but always try your best at everything. That's good life advice. Damien seems really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I got stuck in the British pronunciation. I navigate to Damien's dadbook page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Crispy, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter for as... Sorting out that sentence in my head was a bit of a challenge. Chris P., I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly a manner as I would have liked. Whoa, there's more? I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll through my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours humbled, D. Bloodmarch. Shush! I have no idea. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. It's not a letter. But okay. Hey Amanda! Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. No, can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad? Kids got over saying lol and lamau or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will be addressed a nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you will never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B though. Yep, that's basically what I did too. Don't do that. Great, so what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards, Chris. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Cookie. Well, I suppose that's that. Exactly. Especially if you're struggling in school, don't just don't just skip things. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. Or you can end up like me, a housewife who does streaming. With no real, marketable skills at that. I'm good at talking. I guess that's something. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. That said, the Swedish school system when I was in high school suited my way of learning. So I didn't really have to do anything to get good grades. I also realized that I'm one of the few this worked for, so I do not recommend doing what I did in high school. At least make an attempt at classes you like, otherwise you might regret it. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I want that door knocker. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. Oof. Ow. Yeah. Any form of support job, especially when it do incoming, is Ugh. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. Yeah, I have the same. Like, I studied cultural history and societies in high school. That was my major. And then I did not finish a history degree because I slammed headfirst to the proverbial wall. Then I worked in retail for 7 years. I think I know where this is going. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Yeah! Yeah, that's not something you put on a CV, and that is also one of the reasons why I'm glad the chat isn't visible in videos. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Chris P., pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and a parlor again for some reason.
How delightful.
This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from floor to ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Okay, let's start from the top. Also, I want this library. I walk to the window and I'm greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups, with his daughter's on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn. Did you know that Victorians spend at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? I highly doubt that most of Victorian society did that, considering that most people living in Victorian times couldn't afford those kind of windows. Like, you had this thing to let light and air in that you closed with shutters. Most people. The rich people had windows that size. Glass was exceptionally expensive. Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. See? Look at the butterflies. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Exactly. It wasn't until after the Edwardian times where people could afford stuff, more, expensive stuff, because they started being produced on an industrial scale. Nice bugs. I painted them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. You already did? Maybe it's a thing that triggers after a certain amount of dates. I don't know. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Ah, the pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Okay, let's pick up a book. You know, Crispy, in the Victorian era there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youth into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. Wait, reading would distract from school? Okay then. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read out loud. I'm not gonna read that out loud. Nope.
Oh my.
I'm not reading that out loud. Okay. You know the reason why I didn't follow a certain part in the beginning of this game? Because it made me uncomfortable. That's why I didn't read that out loud. I don't mind it when I play on, like, alone, but I'm not gonna be reading that out loud. Okay, I think that is enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. That's a rare book from my private collection. Oh my, Damien. You read fan fiction? Yeah, I know. Please, will you join me for tea? I follow Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this.
Oh.
Damien smiles to himself. What?
Oh.
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact a high refers to both the later time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they were served. Oh, my dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. That one or that one? I think we're gonna go with the first one because Damien seems the person. First or third? I think would be, yeah, first seems reasonable. Hey! We got it right! Nice! It seems like you really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you.
Huh.
No one's ever complimented my home before. Why wouldn't you? It's awesome. Also, boop. I like the teapot. The teapot's pretty cool. At some point in my life, I would like to have tea like this. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place. And look at what you've done. I'm kinda jealous. Oh yeah. That's very generous of you to say. If I ever get a house, whew, I'm gonna put so much time into decorating it. What got you so interested in goth stuff?
How delightful.
Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious?
Ah.
Of course. But it's, you know, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. No. Second session in one of my campaigns, Dungeons and Dragons campaigns that I run, the group decided that my permanent market was seriously lacking in marching bands. Now there's a marching band that comes through every week. And then after they invented the marching band, they decided to attack, well, one of them decided to attack the marching band, with the others having to hold him back. If you're a new DM or GM and you think that you can control what the players do just because you have a brilliant plot planned out, you will be sorely disappointed. Your players will do whatever they want. And if you don't let them, that's probably just railroading and it's gonna get boring after a while. Just let them. Write down a few story beats that your campaign will follow. And then whatever happens in between those beats, just let it happen. You can always steer them back to where the main plot is at some point in time. But just let them. Just let them. Yeah. It's gonna save you a lot of headache. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. How do you have room to collect taxidermied animals? Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. That is a very good point. That is an exceptionally good point. He takes a sip of tea. Oh, I want to have tea. Like proper tea at some point. I can acknowledge that there were many terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. That is very true. Tell me, Chris P., do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. I agree, Damien, I agree. It is really interesting to listen to people talk about what they're passionate about. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sound sophisticated. None of these are sophisticated, but I think number one is the closest. So should we go with that one? I think one or two would hit the sophisticated notion. But yeah, it's entirely up to you which one we are going to go with. Otherwise, let's flip a coin. Heads, tails, unless you want to decide. Okay, soap making is heads, word jumbles is tails. If you could... I actually don't know. He might be. Soap making was popular in the Victorian era because they had no choice. Okay, so soap making. soap is an important advancement in modern society, getting rid of germs and stuff. I would say that the people who make soap are the true heroes here. To watch them work is an honor.
Ah.
I tried making some with Amanda once, and we both had to go to the doctor for the rashes. Which I guess goes to show that we should leave it to the professionals. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. He didn't react to that. That's interesting. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautiful landscape rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. That's a pretty garden. I like the little gargoyle. Boop. My garden. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off a vine. I'm also going to use flower messaging as part of the Thieves' Cant in my homebrew D&D world. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? Lilies. I don't remember what lilies stand for. But, 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you think is funniest? Or most likely? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go with 3 then. Hey, he liked that! The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Nice! Another one I'm gonna write down because, like I said, I'm gonna use flowers for the Thieves' Cant. We were close. Yeah, that's true. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Ooh, I personally like snapdragons. Blah. I don't even remember what honeysuckle is. But sunflowers and snapdragons, I at least know what they are. So let's go with those ones. Snapdragons or sunflowers. Snapdragons is heads, sunflowers is tails, if you want to flip for it. Odds, evens if you want to roll. Okay, so sunflowers. They remind me of sunshine, and then you can eat the seeds as a delicious snack. What a practical choice. My stomach grumbles. Oh man, now I want sunflower seeds. Oh, I didn't react to that either. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly a phone rings. Oh, Crispy, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. How did you fit a rotary phone in your pocket? Go for it.
Oh.
Damien smiles Okay. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. That sounds like the squash I'm growing right now. Oh hey, a gargoyle! Hey, boop. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle! Oh...
That guard.
Nope. Nope. Dang it. Oh, wait. There we go.
Goal.
Okay, we fixed it. That was stressful. I'm so happy that I can see that the finished product and what it was supposed to look like immediately. Whew. Phew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset.
Ah,
Crispy, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. This is an urgent matter I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucian. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school, post haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This one's of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go.
Oh.
Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the "my kids are in trouble" rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes. I'm stuck in the British pronunciation again. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime, and I see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. No, that's not Lucian. And Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
oh,
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Yeah, I'm seeing what they're going. Whoa, wait a second. Lucian, did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming and not denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him, What's cask of Amontillado? That's a story by Poe. It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall.
oh,
It's a lovely story. It's a pretty good story. So wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually gonna leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I lied about the wine. And you were cackling manically. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad, it took you 20 minutes. Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado. And it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Sweet manchego.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Ah, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me. So when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high-five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. I like his initiative, though. Maybe not wall someone in, but yeah. Lucian, Damien and I pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. Again, I don't condone walling your peers into, an actual wall. But, I mean, you could do it like a play or something. That could be pretty funny. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see that you are struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for some job, I know how much you want your own car. Nice, Hester! Welcome to the land of people who don't have meetings. And thank you for hanging here while you were in meetings. Cookie? I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining.
Oh.
There's that, yes. I'm going to go with the middle one. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him... I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It didn't do anything good. He didn't react to that. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Hey, he liked that. Nice. See you around soon.
Oh.
It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. There with a gargoyle there. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo. What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The tiny house-hunting brothers watched them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. What? Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to... He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage, and then he tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me? Read it. It's a good story. Lucian livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. Maybe I should do that. That could be fun. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy is a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Now let's see how that went.
Simply marvelous.
That went fine. I could have gotten an S ranking, but you know, we had too many non-reactions. I have cookie crumbles all over me.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so... Oh, hello. Hey, buddy. So I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but... I've known the guy for years, and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's gonna be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? I love food. Especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Yep. Cookie. Now I have crumbs everywhere. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. Eat that dinner! Ooh, nice. I hope the Indian place is open today. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? Let's see. I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I've already read that. Craig and I decide to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of white wine in hand. Chris P, boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he's telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly, or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first. I don't know, I know how to iron stuff, but I just don't do it. One time, I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. Don't do that. I mean, he was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still, if he were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash. Don't eat. Fine, if you're gonna go dumpster diving, make sure the packages are actually sealed and that, you know, perishables have not been out in the heat. Fruit and stuff with peel on it. Fruit and stuff with peel on it, like bananas, unless they're open, you can probably eat it from a dumpster. But I wouldn't eat like apples and stuff like that unless they're in a sealed bag. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back.
Nice.
It's kind of interesting how you can add flavor to a voice you're making just by tilting your head or moving your tongue back and forth in the mouth. Like, really the only difference between... I'm not even sure if you can notice it, but I feel it in my face when I switch between Craig and Chris here. I push... I push more air out when I do Craig's voice. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? And for Chris, I just tilt my head down, and I think you notice a little bit of a difference when I speak, when I move my head. I don't know, that's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. What did I do for him? I pushed it, made it more raspy, like, 1 second. Yeah. This is uncharted territory, Crispy. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Crispy, I didn't know you were tagging along. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. Yeah, come on. That's just mean. I can leave if there's not...
Oh.
No, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. What kind of dog? What kind of dog is she? She Pitbull. Rescued her from a dogfighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like osobuco. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, "What's the dog was the dog fighting thing real, or was he kidding?" I don't know.
Dude.
What's osobuco? I don't know. Did he make up that word? Until I have osobuco in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed?
Nice.
Nah, usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks into the room, carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them, so we're eating here. Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert set plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite. Oh my god! I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant. Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag. Yeah, yuck. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where did you learn to... Where did you... Nope. Hold on. Too much cookie in my throat. Where did you learn to cook like this? I worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. That sounds like George. Is he messing with us? I decide to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could to scrape together some cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside Madrid. I go to pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my ma's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship? Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here. Especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food's good, it should speak for itself. I agree, Robert. This ossobuco is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Huh. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made a lemonberry savarin. I don't even know what that is, but I know how to pronounce it from watching enough cooking shows. Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner at any time. Craig. I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more ossobuco than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decide to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company. Especially if there's ossobuco involved.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so we have Brian and Hugo left. Brian and Hugo left for first date. Which one do we want to do next? Oh, good stretch. We can flip for it if you want. Or we can go alphabetically. That is entirely up to you. We have 2 first dates left. That is Brian and Hugo. After that we have second dates, and then we decide who we go with first. I'm thinking about doing what, well, I think I'm going to do. Okay, well, we have first date with Brian and first date with Hugo left. Okay, so Hugo next. What I'm going to do after that is what Terrace did. And once we finish a third date, we jump back and load in before that, and then we go on everyone's. But okay, so we are going to with Hugo now. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. Ernest is a pain. On the Friday night, you are most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. Ooh! I know! He does! Nice! If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. That book of... Oh, okay. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. At least you have some sensible turn-ons. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star. With those looks. What's your favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. What's your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. Ooh, you're a man of my own heart. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. Put them on your face then. Like, when they're actually on your face, it's kinda hard to forget them. Says the person who sometimes went looking for hers when they were sitting right here. Well, that was sunglasses and I was wearing contacts, but because I can't see anything without these bad boys. I spend a lot of time thinking about. I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. Yeah, I agree. E-readers are a great way of storing a whole or taking a whole library with you. Use your hips when throwing. Yeah, that's good. That's sound advice. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Wanna hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace him? Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Yeah. To be fair, my class were reasonably well behaved, but that was because our pranks were a bit more elaborate than just making mischief. Well, it's more mischief than actual destruction of things. We were more the class of let's hide all the markers so the teacher can't write anything on the board than let's destroy the board kind of class. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Also, don't be like that. It's not nice. It's funny, but it's not nice. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40 plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? Don't remember, didn't like it, I thought it was fine. Well, I thought mine was fine. Then again, like I said, my class, we were 14 people. It was pretty easy for 2 teachers to keep an eye on us. Well, in the entire school year, we were 27, so tiny school. I want to say I didn't like it, because I think that would be funny. Let's go with that one. I had my first crush in middle school and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you hurt me and I'll never forget. What did she do to you? I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. 24 hours. It's middle school. Middle school. Yeah, middle school. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal. Her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham. Him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was for the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza. At a clam chowder factory. Yeah, that's not okay. If you're at the clam chowder factory, you should get clam chowder, not pizza. Or both. I mean, both would be fine. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder and I'm the only one who saw it happen. Yuck! You should have reported that because... Bleh. It haunts me. Yeah, I can understand why. I hope you reported that, and why were the vats open? Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Yeah, please. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What? Are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I love penguins. They're so pretty. And they're funny. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around the teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Oh, I understand that. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo. It's been a debacle all morning. We are short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming. As I'm sure you know, it's the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12, I'm all too familiar. Great, well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of teen kids. They're over here. Hugo walks over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Can you guys put your phones away? All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. Then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet? Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. You forgot the exclamation point in Waddle. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive staple packets to pay. I swear my tongue just went on a vacation. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive staple packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet? Honestly, just some busy work so that teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asks them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. Hi Dan! Lurky, 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 lurk. I love that lurk emote. That lurk emote is so good. I need a lurk emote. Wonder if Jay could make me some emotes. Yeah, tongue tangulation. Trying to shift my jaw around to add some flavor to the voices is seriously making me bite my tongue. It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa. Yeah, whoa. Seriously, whoa.
Hey.
Their spines are venomous too. I did know that one. Nature is hardcore. You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank. That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they're like, and they just like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless, as long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis. Cool.
Hey.
Nature's wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the... Okay. Which one of these? Because I feel that all of them are going to be wrong. Like, seriously wrong. I like the wiggly fish though. Yeah, number 2. Let's go with the wiggly fish. Okay, I like that one. Yeah? Did you know that... Let's go paranormal. I think that's gonna be fun. But that's up to you if you want to do a psychiatric or political. But I think paranormal is the way to go here. This fish sleeps upside down, but contrary to popular belief, it's not an actual vampire. That's the vampire fish. Wait, are you serious? I'm gonna go with absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here. Nice, you like that? Huh, good one. We'll lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels and other marine life swim around in massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. Why would... Awesome camp! And hi! Welcome on in! Happy vacation time! I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow.
Hey,
I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I love the ocean. Okay, the obvious one here seems to top one. But I think that's gonna be wrong. I think I'm gonna go with the middle one, because that's what he would be interested in. So unless someone objects, I'm gonna go with we can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. Because that seems to be his interest. And yeah, hi camp! So what you gonna do for Midsummers? Yeah, number 2. Let's go number 2. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. Ha! He loved that! Nice! That's a very astute point, Crispy. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays and small fish. Ah, that sounds like an amazing time, camp. Yeah, Hester, do you have any plans for Midsummers? I'm not sure if it's a big thing where you live. Oh. We don't have any ice cream. That's an oversight. I might have Indian food today. I need to take the cake out of the freezer. Dang it. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Crispy? Oh, I'm good. I don't really... I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me and my delicious hands if given the chance. Ooh, dance parties! Nice! Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed. The horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Anemones. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. Okay. It feels like fun slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why is that? Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan! Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag?
Textbooks?
Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look... Look, kid. Not gonna do that one. I think I'm gonna go with the middle one here. Because I feel that a middle schooler would just go with something sassy if I tried the first one. What do you think? Number 2? Okay, swing with it, okay. I had a bud go down for that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put down the bag? Put the bag down. Next time, we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Sweet Manchego.
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later.
Seriously.
Things bred in captivity cannot survive outside of captivity. Don't do that. You are going to condemn these animals to a slow, agonizing death. Don't do that. Nah. Yeah, and hands where we can see them. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us. No, no. But like, I've heard so many stories about people thinking they save domesticated animals by letting them outside, not realizing or not caring that domesticated animals cannot survive on their own in most cases. You let them out of where they live, where they've grown up, where they were born, and you are going to condemn them to a slow, terrifying death. They will starve, they will be eaten by other animals, they will get stuck somewhere and unable to get out. Don't do that. They're called domesticated for a reason, or it says bred in captivity for a reason. They have not been trained in how to survive in the wild. They don't know how. The lucky ones are those who get eaten fast because they're too dumb to run away. Or, not dumb, ignorant.
Oh.
Okay then. Yeah, like humans, like you said, are a great example of this. We don't know how to survive in the wild unless we are taught how to survive in the wild. We could probably, if we were born in a Bushman tribe or something like that, maybe it would work. But other than that, look over here. Yeah, exactly. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth. That's actually the male. That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Oh.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it bad.
Hey.
I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. Oof. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Ah.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Ooh, I agree. Learning is fun. Not in school. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way... Ow. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins?
Oh.
Yes, we get to see the penguins.
Hell yeah.
A group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
What?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure.
Wait, just kidding, it's very bad.
Is it one of ours?
Eh.
It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, 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 I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst! Hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here!
Neither can you.
I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
No.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. I don't see why. I'd probably think that he has lost it. Kid, what are you even doing?
I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom.
Don't, dude. Penguins belong in the Antarctic. There's a long way to the Antarctic. From, I think, I'm gonna assume this is the US. Where are they even going to go?
They're gonna live in my closet.
That's not freedom. Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here.
Not until I save a penguin.
You're not gonna save it if you're gonna put it in your closet, dumbass. Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates, if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Which one do we do? Lay down the law, try to relate to her, or bribe her? I mean, any of them would probably work. No, not the top one. I don't think laying down the law will work with this kid. But relate to her or bribe her, I think those would Anyone have any objection to bribing? Okay, 1, 2 or 3? Or do you mean bribe her with the 2? Okay, 1 or 2? Okay, we try to relate to her. And, okay, and we try to relate to her. I think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money! Give me money! Okay, so we were supposed to bribe her. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well I have 12 and some change. Also there's a button in here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on the way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Oh shit.
Block that bird.
That shit. Ah, move the screen.
Drive that team.
Okay. We missed 1. Yay! We got an S rank because we missed 1 penguin. Nice! Phew. Glad that's over. Just in time too. Looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. And that's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Whoa.
What? I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose so that they can compare animal thief notes.
Ah.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Ah.
Chris P, did you just bribe a child? Yes. 1 or 3, I think. Because trying to lie to him will probably upset him. He's dealing with kids lying to him all day. So 1 or 2. Okay, let's go with 3 then. Listen, man, we all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. Oh, I didn't react to that. Me. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back out of the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load into the buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Chris P, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I love cheese boards. Okay, I'm gonna go with the bottom one. Because that's what I feel right now. And he loved it. Nice. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert. Op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud. There's a fly here. There was a fly that flew like between my eye and my glasses. He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You learn when you become a father. Date complete! Oh, we did well! Nice!
That was so good you gave me goosebumps.
That was just cringe.
Welcome. You've got Dad.
Okay, unfortunately... Oh, hello. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Oh man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? Okay. I'm still strong. Eh? Strong. I am strong. Don't I know it? Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. You use that at all? I figured it'll help me develop a bit more muscle. Yeah, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. It's Dad book. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. I know. You learn when you become a father, yeah. Attend that party! Coffee time. You know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on. No, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, don't remember that. Craig's kids, that hand-drawn invitation. Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper, inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants, nothing's stopping me. Dad, just... I'll see you in a minute. We're gonna go outside pants. Hello, thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best bow and present my daughter, who thanks them with a curtsy. This way, please. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter Carmencita are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey dude, how's the tea? The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, the imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair. Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter into the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. Okay, do we call her out? Yep, it's a bolt-on. Definitely a bolt-on. Okay, do we call her out or do we let it go? Ah. One or two? I kinda want to call her out, but that's up to you guys. I don't know. I haven't done this before. Okay, let it go. Same. Same. Amanda insisted. Whether at home with friends or at high-pressure social functions, you can't beat the comfort of sweatpants. Amen. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for some high tea. Actually, it's a common misconception that high tea was appreciated by nobles. Dad, shut up! Yikes, dude. Now, if you all put on your designated tiaras. There are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras. I don't think this is going to fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it. Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey everybody. Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been steeping for a while now. Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I clink my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Good lemonade. It's tea. Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So, the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I have like a really cool sword. Can I be a space Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. I'll be a rock star princess. I'm also a space princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big. Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess too. Dad, or are you? Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me... Okay, which one? Which one do we want to be? History Channel, Hacker, or Rude Boy Princess? The meeting of princesses, I like it. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we have to pick one. Yep, they're equally messed up. But you know, they're kids. Okay, let's go with the first one then. Any objections? Welcome back, Hester. We're deciding on what kind of princess we want to be. No objections? Okay, History Channel. I am ruler of all I survey, and what I survey is a 10-hour marathon of cupcake storage wars. Ooh. I don't think I've seen that one. A squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit. That sounds terrible. Oh, it is. I'll think I'll be the landscaper and general contracting princess. Barista princess, reporting for duty.
Hey.
Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. I'm not even gonna go into that one. Not now, servant. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rockstar warrior princesses, I think. That was difficult to say. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties.
Nice.
Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop.
Oh.
Pitfall? Your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice. Oh, thanks. It's really nice. The girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community. We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know. I hadn't even realized, and I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her. You better not. The proud dad cry at this tea party, Crispy. It's too late. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on and the girls all get tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders.
Oh.
Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye. Bye, History Channel princess. You want dinner? Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too, I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way, but also in a kind of scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? I corrupted her, Dad. She's secondhand smokes now. Well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they have you as a role model. Shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Now, this is the excellent point to save. And quit for today. Now let's see. I know. Dad, Rector's cut, etc. I still love that bit. Dad, Rector's cut. Yes, I know. And bye.